Today I'm going to be answering your questions again. Today's question is quite nice. It is a very simple question, but it's so pertinent. So I'm just going to jump right into it. The question reads, what are some of the measures someone can take to brand themselves without losing the essence of who they are? I find this one so relevant in this day and age just because everything is so content driven. Everybody is trying to put content out there. And because of this, what you end up with is a bunch of useless content. Content that doesn't help anybody and doesn't even relate to the person who's creating it because they didn't even enjoy putting it together. So I find this question very important in that if you're an artist and you're trying to get your name out there, there's nothing that you can do about content. Content is something you're going to have to put out into the world. But to ensure that you don't lose yourself as an artist, that content needs to make sense to you. And I'd say over and above that, it making sense to you, it needs to resonate with other people. For me, it's also been a journey that I've been on. Initially, what I would do is I'd try and put out as much helpful content as I could, the way I felt I wanted to do it. What that looked like was me getting onto SoundCloud, this was back in the day, getting onto SoundCloud and just putting out podcasts by myself. I would just record myself and put myself out there in that way. I realized after some time that wasn't really working out for me. I was developing a little bit of a fan base, people were listening in for that content, but I needed to repackage it and deliver it in a different way. Hence where the videos and everything else came in. So with the videos as well as the written blog posts, those really helped me reach various other audiences because through written posts, I was able to get the people who prefer to read what's going on, and through video, I was able to engage more, speak to the person, you were able to see me better, and in that way, I was able to package my content in a way where it wasn't just audio and you weren't just listening to it. Now, in terms of the actual content, it was stuff that I was super interested in. Initially, I wanted to speak on things that were happening in the industry, trending things that were happening in the industry, but me, the way I work, I don't work off of trending things. I don't really care what's going on, what's trending at the moment, unless it's super, super, super relevant to what it is that's going on at the moment, right? So what I ended up doing is I ended up looking for content that really resonated with me. Figuring out how admin works, figuring out how sync works, unconventional ways of doing things, how to sample tracks in various ways that aren't necessarily conventional. Using conventional sounds in your sound design when you're creating beats. That's the type of stuff that was resonating with me. So I decided that that's the type of content that I was going to put out there. Over and above that, there's other things that really do relate to me that aren't music related, like my love for Chelsea, right? That is also a piece of content that I'll put out from time to time. It has nothing to do with music, but I do feel as though it rounds out my personality and my profile because these are the things that I like. And other things that I enjoy are anime. I also enjoy gaming in general, right? It's more so your C64, your Nintendo sort of old school games. That's the stuff I'm really into, right? And I'm probably going to try and incorporate that more into the content that I'm putting out there. But these are all things that I can talk about on a daily basis because they're things that I come into contact with often. When I comment about Chelsea, it's from the heart because I'm actually angry or I'm actually elated. I'm actually happy with what's going on. So you have to make sure that if there is content that you're putting out there and you are putting yourself forward and you are building your brand, that you're doing it in a way that makes sense for you, but also is attractive for outside people looking in.